We're about to do the pinch shot. This is like the most important shot. I almost call it the guts of the short game, because this is a shot you use most often, and it really is much like your full swing. So if you learn this shot, it can help your full swing. You'll understand why in a little bit. This is the go-to. If you're in the rough a little bit, as long as you have a good lie where you can get the club face on the golf ball, use this shot. If of course you're in the fairway, this is much easier. In tight lies, this is a great shot. Why? Because the club is coming down on a shallower angle than a steep angle. So this is a super shot to have in your bag. This will get a lot of shots close to the hole for you if you do it properly. All right, so why do I call it a pinch instead of the chip? Everybody says chip. I like to say pinch, because pinch really explains what the club is doing in relation to the golf ball. You're pinching the golf ball with the club against the ground. How do you do that? You got to have the shaft a little bit forward, so make sure the shaft is forward so that the ball can be pinched off the ground. How much forward? Take the shaft and set it so it's just one ball forward. What do I mean by that? If you put a ball in front of the ball you're hitting, one ball forward, the grip, you can see it's just one ball forward of the ball I'm hitting. That's only about 5 degrees, pretty simple. Now remember the phrase we talked about in one of the first videos, stand to the handle. That's really important to your setup, because if you have any angles, meaning if your handle goes forward and you go backward, you're gonna skull a lot of shots. I see people do that all the time, where they get handle forward, body backward, and then club swings up in the ball, they blade it across the green or chunk it. So stand to the handle, what does that mean? You have to have the handle in place before you take your stance. So move the handle forward, then go over and stand to it. Look how my body looks. So instead of being tilted back, handle forward, I'm on top of the shot. Now my body, the club is right at the middle of my body. I'm nice and stacked where I can trap the golf ball, right? The backswing, once you get set up properly for this shot, let your upper body take the club back. So if you think about the high slider, we talked about how the hands and arms swing the club up and the shoulders are passive. When you talk about and hit this shot with a pinch shot, I take the club back with my upper body. So if I take it back with my upper body or back with my arms, I always deliver it the same way. I deliver it down with my arms. So the club head has to get back in front of me. You never want to let your legs lead or your hands lead. You always want to make sure the club head is leading. So I get set, move the handle forward, stand to the handle, pivot, release the club with my arm so the club gets back in front of me, then I get a nice little pinch shot. That's really all you have to do. Back with your upper body, deliver it with your arms. Watch as I execute this shot. It's very simple. Look at my last look, where I want to land the ball, pinch it, and there you go. Notice this too. I want you to see this. I finish low. I got to emphasize that. So often I see people hit shots around the green and they finish high. They tilt back, they swing the club up. I don't mind if the club goes back a little bit further than it goes through. I want to finish low and firm. So I come back with my body, trap the golf ball. I finish nice and low. My body's down, the club is low. I'm hitting a nice shot there. That's the way to pinch the golf ball.